we had some new footage that came out. I'm actually a little late to the game talking about this, but I kind of wanted to chat about it and see Kevin's reaction to this because he hasn't seen Joaquin Phoenix Joker. So have you seen the test? There's 2 bits of video, actually 3 that have come out, but I've got 2 here. There's the test, what is it, screen test footage, and then there's what seems like someone filmed with a iPhone camera or something during a subway. Have you seen either one of those or no?
I have not seen either one. The only thing I saw was like the picture of like the outfit and stuff.
Okay.
But I haven't seen any actual footage.
So this happened, by the way, within 24 hours of each other. They dropped the screen test, which they called a screen test. I don't think it's actually a screen test. I think it was purposely to look like a screen test, but I'll play that here. Music is muted, but it's Joaquin Phoenix, and he's looking unassuming in his jacket as actually the Guess Who's laughing is playing in the background, and you have flashes of the Joker on top of him, of this new version of Joker as he starts smiling, and then you see him in his new makeup. So that was the first bit. The second thing that they showed, which I think may be what you saw the still of, is Joaquin Phoenix in a subway, walking out of the subway, riots happening, they're beating up, there are people, by the way, holding up signs that say, like, kill the rich in the background. But the big thing that people, controversy, whatever you want to call it, people aren't sure what to think about his makeup. So what do you think about the makeup?
At least he doesn't have damaged across his forehead. I mean, like that's kind of the low point as far as all of the different ones. For me, the makeup just by itself kind of reminds me a little bit of a more messy version of Cesar Romero's. Mm-hmm. And so if that's what they're going for, cool. I'm open to different interpretations of the Joker. Most different interpretations of the Joker.
I also, they already said this is going to be an origin story for the Joker, which I find hilarious because the whole idea of the Joker is he has multiple origin stories.
Yeah.
What was the quote? If I'm going to have a backstory, I'd like it to be multiple choice. I mean, it's always like, that's part of the fun. It's like there's supposed to be a mystery behind him. So whenever I see like even the Killing Joke, like they talk about the backstory of him in the Killing Joke, which I think that they're adapting some of that for this, because you'll see there's other bits that they've kind of leaked out and what I'm kind of piecing together is this is him starting with some gang or something, because there's a part where he's dressed up as a clown and it looks like he was forced to, like, he's in a phone booth, and to me it felt like he was I don't know, like on the run or getting some bad news or something. It very much reminded me of the Killing Joke, where he's tasked with doing a crime that he doesn't want to do. You read the Killing Joke, right? Or did you see the movie?
I haven't seen the movie or read the book. I know mostly what happens because I read something that was in the same universe but after the Killing Joke.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
His backstory was he's a failed comedian. And this is that version, that backstory version. He's a failed comedian. He has a wife who's like pregnant, and he's like, I think I'm gonna hit it big, and I think we're gonna, blah blah blah. And he's got ridiculous money. Yep, and he's horrible. He's not funny. He sucks at at all of that, and he feels like he's going to lose everything. So he is basically roped into working with this gang, which is the Red Hood gang. And that version of Red Hood, this is before Red Hood, other comic stuff. It was a gang where they would do a different robbery or whatever it was, but they'd have a different person who was the Red Hood. They would just put the mask on the person and then have them go do something. And then you can't really catch if the person looks different every time except for the mask. It's like kind of hard to narrow them down. I guess that was the idea. And he botches it and everything. So I don't know if they're kind of adapting that because he's supposed to be a failed comedian in this. I don't know. I think the makeup to me also, this is supposed to be in the 80s, and the makeup to me reminds me of John Wayne Gacy. You know John Wayne Gacy?
No.
Famous serial killer, was caught in the late 70s, and he dressed up as a clown at kids' parties. Like, not while he did killings. Like, that was just an additional thing that he did for fun. Yeah.
Okay. I think I've heard the story. There's a couple of podcasts that focus on like serial killers, creepy stuff, and I think I explored those for a little while and found one of those was focused on him.
Yeah, it was very old school makeup. I mean, the makeup that Gacy wears is very similar to this makeup, which is very old school classic clown. I've seen a lot of people online also, which I agree with. They're saying this isn't like the culmination of his look. Like maybe he starts adapting that and playing around with it, and then maybe towards the end he gets a different look. Maybe we'll see him transition into it, kind of like the Captain Marvel pictures. The first Captain Marvel pictures that we saw that came out were just her with her blue and green Kree outfit. I don't know if you saw any of that. Now in the trailer, you're like, and they already said, like, don't worry, she's gonna have her red and her red and blue.
Right.
I'm not trying to. That doesn't really spoil anything for you, I don't think.
I'm mostly looking forward to them bringing the Kree and Skrull into this because I mean, you can't have one without the other, right?
I don't think you can. I don't think that. I mean, you could, but you're gonna have to have a hint of the other. Did you watch the trailer?
No, because I'm gonna watch the movie.
Okay, that's what I figured. So that's why I was like,
I'm terrible at this particular portion of the thing because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Not gonna watch the trailer.
No, that's fine.
But once they come out, we'll definitely do a discussion thing. We should do one on Venom whenever that comes out next week.
Yes, next week. Venom and Halloween come out. I will be seeing both of them like within 24 hours of each other, I think. Nice. So I'll see them. Are you going to be able to see them for next? Like, will we be able to talk about that next weekend?
If you need me to, yeah, I can do that.
If possible, I'd love to talk about Venom because obviously, you're a huge Spider-Man fan, so
yeah,
I definitely want your feedback on that.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do Venom without Spider-Man because Venom is an interesting character outside of Spider-Man, but you just don't see that most of the time, and so it'll be fun to see how they do that. And then, I like Hardy, so. Yeah,
I love Tom Hardy. I love Venom. I think that there are stories that don't have anything to do with Spider-Man that Venom has been through, but in my opinion, I don't like what's his name, Flash Thompson, right? In Flash. Yeah, Flash Thompson had the symbiote at one point.
Yeah, I don't like that version.
I don't. It doesn't resonate with me. And making him like a secret operative. With S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, and like to me that ruined the idea of the anti-hero bit of. I mean, that's like Punisher teaming up with S.H.I.E.L.D. permanently. It's like, why would you do that?
Right. Like,
he's going to do that reluctantly, and then he's going to get out, and he may bail during the mission. Like that may happen. So we'll let you know about that.
Yeah, my favorites. I'll be interested to see if they bring in some more of the Spidey villains without Spidey, because if we're doing Spider-Man villains, then I want to see what they could do now with Nightmare, because I've really only ever seen Nightmare done well in cartoons.
Yeah, Nightmare would be good. You did see that they have like Sony has 4 or 5 Spider-Man villain movies that they're wanting to do, right?
But they didn't specify villains, right?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay, so who do we got?
Morbius,
okay.
Craven.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be boring.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the other one was. Oh no, never mind. I won't say there's something else, but I think it has to do with Far From Home, so I won't say anything on that. What was the other one? There was one more. There's 1 or 2 more that they were talking about that they were like, we're going to do this movie. We're going to do this movie.
Was it someone from the Sinister Six or someone outside of that particular conclave?
No, I would have remembered if it was Sinister Six. I don't think it was one of them. We're also getting on the DC side of the house. We're getting a Birds of Prey movie. Do you care about that? Because I don't.
I mean,
I feel like the DCU is like a dumpster fire, and like a Birds of Prey movie isn't a bad thing. I just feel like, why would you do that when you can't get anything else right? I don't know.
Yeah.
You're familiar with Birds of Prey? Or
Black Cat and Silver Sable?
yeah. Whoop-de-doo.
I mean, maybe, but probably not. Like, I don't have faith in them to do it well.
Yeah.
Especially like their
Sony doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, it's just they've proven they don't know what they're doing, and they're going to keep not knowing what they're doing and keep doing wrong things. So
yeah,
have fun, Sony.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.